still want him in New York.
Chapo! You suck! You stink on ice! You couldn't pitch a tent!
Clear the mechanism.
Hello, Mike.
Welcome to the Beach House with Mo and Steph. Come on in, pour yourself a drink, and join us out on the deck as we inspire, encourage, and empower one another to live authentic, audacious, above-only lives. It's all right here at the Beach House. Welcome to the Beach House with Mo and Steph.
Hi, Steph.
Oh,
Happy Monday.
happy Monday to you.
Yeah, we normally do this on Sunday evening, but today's
Yeah.
Monday, and we decided to.
That's-
you had the munchkin.
The muffin came over.
The muffin.
The muffin came over because her parents wanted to go have dinner together. So, you know, I thought I'd be nice.
That was nice.
I thought I'd be nice and let them go do their thing. So,
Yeah. What the heck was that? Did we have that when we were?
They didn't bring me anything. They didn't bring me
see.
nothing. They could have brought
What?
They could have gone through the McDonald's drive-through or something.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
could have got you a nugget.
You know what I'm saying? Brought me some fries or something. but
Fries and
you know what?
nuggets.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
Till next time.
Hey, don't think of me. Don't think of me.
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't think
It's
of me.
okay.
I'm good.
You're creating a world that we didn't have.
But we had tots.
We did have tots.
We had tots. Me
and French
Muffin-
fries.
Me and Muffin made tots. And
You
she was
did?
happy with it. So
Yeah, she likes her tots.
it was a good thing. Muffin does
Oh,
like
good.
Muffin likes her tots.
Oh man. Well,
Uh.
today's topic. Whew. I'm writing this topic and been working on it. And the Lord had woke me up one night and
Because
threw the
Monique
sin.
has all her corporate meetings in the middle of the night.
Okay, well, they're in the morning.
Well, yeah,
like-
technically they are in the early, they are in the morning, you know.
yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning. See, I met with my board of directors and said, you know what? We work from 10 to 10.
Oh, you have a deadline time?
We work from 10 to 10, so you can reach me after 10 a.m. and before 10 p.m. But
Oh,
Monique,
is that how that works?
that's how it's working. Monique did not meet with her board.
My people
So
over
her
here,
board wakes her up at 3 in the morning.
3 a.m, like the round table is set.
Yeah, my board,
And-
they know.
yeah.
My
And
board.
and I wake up like it's like an anxious wake up. It's weird. And then after
It
that,
usually
I
is
sleep
anxious at 3 in
great.
the morning.
What did you say?
It usually is anxious at 3 in the morning.
But I sleep
Like,
so
what?
good after.
What?
He's like, hey, I got something to tell you. Come on over here.
Yeah, Monique's like, here I am.
No.
and
I have to
and
get
then
up
he
and go to
says-
the
and then he-
bathroom.
Then he says to me,
Then-
yeah, I got something to tell you. And I'm like, I know you can save that.
See, I'm not standing next to you on a rainy day.
Lightning is gonna strike me. See, Jesus, he understands me.
Oh, okay. Is that
He
what it is?
understands me. He understands me. That's why he's on my board of directors. Because he understands me.
Okay, so then he comes to my house.
Yeah. He's like, I'll just go talk to
I'll talk to her first, and then I'll go to you. Is that how that works?
I'll hit you up later on.
Okay, but do you wake up at 10 when he wakes you up?
Oh yeah, I'm usually up earlier, so I'm ready. I'm set.
Oh, you're like dressed and refreshed.
I'm like, hey, what we doing today, Jesus? What we doing today?
Mm-mm.
And he's like, hey, here we go. Let's go.
See, I don't have words for you because it's like deep stuff every day when he's waking me up. Just, yeah. But
I can't comprehend deep at 3 in the morning. And he knows that. He knows she can't comprehend what I'm saying.
dude,
She ain't even hearing me.
I'm writing in notebooks that like, I mean, this stuff is like, I keep this by the bed because I have to write.
You know what? I kept the notebook by my bed,
Did you
and
throw it away and burn it?
I woke up one morning, like early in the morning, like you stated. I could not see the page to write on it because it was all blurred and everything. I'm like, what's the point? What is the point? I can't see this. I'm
Oh,
tired.
snap.
My eyes are all drained. I can't even see this. So yeah, we know.
Okay, well,
We talk after 10.
oh, okay. Well, that's good.
What'd he tell you? What'd he tell you?
Okay, well, what he told me was
What he had told me was
the topic that he wanted me to put
he's so
was
crazy.
called "Clear the Mechanism," right? And clear the mechanism. And he threw the movie in my head too. There's a movie that has that, and it's called "For the Love of the Game." That has like Kevin Costner in it. I think it came out when we were in like junior high.
Oh Lord.
Okay, maybe junior high school. I don't know. Baseball movie. And so I kept thinking about when we were talking about the boat, when we went on the boat. The cruise. That ain't nobody. That's not a boat. When we went on the ship. And I kept looking at the water and how it didn't look like water. It just looked like black leather. And it's just kind of like, there's no waves. So it's just kind of like moving like this. And I'm just like, man, there's a whole world under there that we can't even see. Stuff going on.
Like,
animals fighting.
Scuttle and Sebastian.
All of them.
There.
They're down there. And the mermaids. But he said to me, he goes, the main thing that he said, when you're going through something, he's like, don't look at the people who are involved in what you're going through. He's like, clear the mechanism, clear all the people and the distractions away from the situation. And he says, then what's left is what the enemy is using to stop your journey, or to stop your course, or, what you were your calling, or what you need to do and everything. And I'm like, oh man, that made so much sense, because once you remove the distraction, because that's just the distractions. Mm-hmm. So the people are the distractions, because that's who Satan is using as a puppet to maneuver and kind of throw you off course. So if I move all that out of the way and see what the real thing is, then he says, that's the part where you go to the word about. That's the part where you use your affirmations. That's the part where you and I walk through the valley with this to get to the other side of the situation.
That's in essence, what he's saying is clear the emotion.
Clear the emotion.
Get rid of the emotions of it, and then you can see what's really going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And
bring emotions.
Yeah, because there's like an undercoat.
Distractions bring emotions.
Yeah. It's too when it uses the people.
Yeah. Whether it's a feeling of betrayal, anger, loss, fear of something. All those emotions come from whatever the situation is or whatever the people are involved in it. So when you can clear those emotions, then you can actually see what's going on and deal with it.
Right. And a lot of times he says we get tripped up, because when the enemy uses people, we get tripped up, because what he's going to do is the first thing he's going to hit is your inner circle. Oh, yeah. And who's the inner circle? family, parents, kids, friends, neighbors, people who are very, very, very close to you, he'll use that. He'll use them.
Because it's like, we don't care about somebody who has no significance. I
Right.
mean,
You can kind of blow that off, huh?
you get, cussed out on the street while you're driving. Somebody's like Nicholas said, this lady cut him off and she's just cussing at him through the window and everything. And he's just
Oh
like,
my.
whatever, what? He don't care about her. She doesn't matter to him. It's like, who
Right.
are you? I don't even know you. Get out of my face.
Right.
But if your brother or sister did that to you, or, your parent, that's a whole nother story.
Right.
If
Yeah.
your child did that to you, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Somebody on the street that you never met before, you don't care? I don't care about
No.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. And those are the things that they'll throw you off course. And then it'll throw you so far that you'll concentrate on like you said, the emotion and what it just like started building, because it'll just start building, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And your eyes will stay over there instead of like, well, what's going on over here? This is what I'm really doing over here. I'm just making you look over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because while you're looking over here, I'm doing everything over here. And you're missing it.
Yes. And the stuff over here that he's doing is stuff that creates those traps, and they create strongholds, and they start the what I call like develop the chain. We talk about there's people that are chain breakers. There's always chain breakers within your family that are there to break like the stuff off of your family. But that's where chains start to build over there. And that's where like habits start to build and like traditions start to build over here, because you're so concentrated on things over on this side that all of this is being destroyed.
Yep. And you're not even paying attention to it because you're so focused on this surface stuff.
Yes. Good word. Good word. Surface.
I was searching for it. I'm like, what is it? What's
the word?
Surface. It's just surface because everything else is happening down here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're up here dealing with this emotion that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're missing everything that's going on behind your back.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. That's the clear the mechanism. That's what that is just to like clear the game field and see what's really there so that you can focus on what you need to do. What is God calling you to do in that time, in that moment, in that space, right? In that season, right? And just we're going to dive deep into that. Like where's the enemy deep? Where's the enemy trying to mess with you? And then I also wanted to talk about how do we clear the mechanism? Like we could talk about it all day long, but like, what are some of the things you and I have done to like clear the mechanism for ourselves so that we can move forward? Maybe that'll help somebody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then also like, what kind of tools can you use to keep the correct mindset? Because remember, we say the battle is in the mind. That's the battlefield, right? And if he can keep you over here, concentrating on, like you said, the emotion, then he can throw off your mindset. Once he throws off your mindset, it's a game.
Yeah.
He's just like, we can go, we can infiltrate. Yeah.
It's it's like we talked about in that book, Outwitting the Devil.
That's a good
The main
book.
thing that he talked about is people becoming drifters.
Yes.
And when the enemy has this hold to just be able to run rampant, if you become a drifter. And drifters are just people who have no definite of purpose, no definite of plans. So definiteness of purpose, definiteness of plans. And, today we call that intentions. what are your intentions? What are you set on? What are you specific about? That doesn't change. And when you
Right.
know that, then you're just going from wave to wave to wave to wave.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And wave to wave to wave, that's perfect. That's the perfect saying, because what is it that he says about wavering?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's like,
They like the sea.
yep, you're like the waves
The
being
waves of the
tossed
sea.
to and fro if you're
Hmm.
not single-minded.
Yeah.
A
It's
double-minded,
a big deal. This is a big,
unstable in all his ways.
yeah. This is a huge deal right now. And that's probably why he woke me up at 3 a.m, right? Because of where we are right now as far as the world itself that we've been put here to minister to and everything, because there's a purpose of why you're here,
And I mean, you just look at everything
you
going
know.
on right now
That's what I'm saying.
in
Yeah.
this political state. Everything that's going on is not the issue.
No.
It's just a distraction for what is beneath the surface. And that's the devil, the enemy,
Hmm.
trying to wreak havoc so he can put his agenda up. But all
Yeah.
things going on, prices, people's attitudes, trials going on and everything, all these things are just distractions.
Yeah.
They're just distractions.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? When I was working at the university, and like all the stuff, all the mayhem was happening as far as the debt and all the stuff that was going on with the school and stuff. They would have the provost. He would always send out this email every week, and this is supposed to be the transparent email, just so you
There's
know
never
what's.
any transparency.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, they're never going to tell you what's going on.
Ever, right? And so this is supposed to be, just so that you know that we're transparent, right?
We're telling
And
you everything.
but the killer is you can't understand it. It's like this special code writing that you're sitting there and you're reading it 3 times over again. You're like, what the heck is he trying to say? And your whole day is trying to decode with your decoder ring. What is he trying to say?
That
It was just
reminds
like,
me of that movie way back, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, when the little politician guy was singing his song, and they're like, what did he say?
what is he saying? What is happening right now? Right?
He was singing the whole song, but nobody knew what the heck he was talking about. Like,
And
what are you talking
this
about?
is the thing. I didn't know. I mean, I just thought, okay, I guess this is a
We gave
special
this
way of
2 hour
writing.
speech, and we still don't know what the heck
Don't
you're talking about.
understand it, but they're transparent in Bizarro world, right? And so then eventually another provost came into play or whatever, because they obviously got rid of that dude. And he actually wrote what the heck he's talking about. Like, you could understand it. It's in layman's terms, right? And I was like, oh my God, did I just like read that straight through and I knew what he was talking about? I didn't realize that the dude's been jacking us up for the last 2 years, and we're just like, and that's what the world feels like. It's just like, what is going on? What?
What's happening? It's like, get rid of all of the
Got to
noise,
clear it out.
all of the noise, and you can
Yeah.
see what is happening.
Yes. And this is with your job, like, if you're getting ready to retire, or you're getting like you're everything. It's like, what is really going on? What is it keeping you from, like I have a friend that he's about to retire, and they're so smooth. So he's like, they just offered me more money. And then they keep offering them more money. And they keep offering them more money, right? They keep like upping their pay and stuff, right? So it's like, but do you see what that's really doing? It's trapping you in a position that now you're like, okay, it's either the money or I retire for my health and my sanity, or I keep on this road of nightmare, right? Okay, so what do I do? And right there, that's where that wavering starts to come through. And it's like there's a trust issue right there. there's already been a foundation put in place for your retirement and all this stuff or whatever. But it's like you don't even see it because it's like all this over here is happening. And I think he said one of his coworkers were like, dude, this cracked me up. She's looking at the email. She's like, dude, they just gave us another raise. I'm not gonna leave this place. I'm like, she was normally like, oh, I got a raise. They're like, are you kidding me?
Right. That's like, okay, great.
Right. Now I gotta stay longer and be more dependent on manna, really. And it's just like all that is distraction stuff because there's this great life here.
But like
health and everything.
I was talking to my mom the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about all of these the stuff going on with the Diddy trial and all that stuff. And
that dude.
She was talking about the lady Cassie in there, and I was saying, it all boils down to choices. Everything that happened was horrific. I mean, allegedly, if that is what happened, and I think, it looks like it is, but I mean, everything that happened was horrible, horrifying. And yet there were choices made. When you're with someone for so long, it's because you made a decision that was where you were going to stay.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody jumps on the, well, it wasn't their fault. It wasn't this and that and that and that. But it's like,
that's the distractions.
Distraction.
That's the distraction.
These things were happening to you.
Yeah.
And at some point in time, you could say, I don't want this, and I got to get out of here.
Yeah. And then you're talking about the level of abuse.
Yeah.
The abuse.
And it's like, I know it's hard. I know it's hard.
That's an understatement. Yeah.
Somebody's abusing you and terrifying you, and you're afraid. And still, we all have a choice.
So that's what Jesus came for, this choice.
Yeah. It may not be an easy choice.
And that wouldn't have been like, that's like you said, that wouldn't have been one of those easy choices.
Yeah.
And that would have been like that would have been a trust factor for her to like sneak out of there. You know what I mean? Like
you'd say somebody
got that opportunity, I guess.
You took a chance and somebody was waiting in the car for you but they were following me. Well, there was an option to follow me straight to the police station as I drive there. There's always options. We just may not be brave enough or courageous enough to take them, but that's why Jesus died, so we could have a choice. And we have to be able to assess, am I going to stand up and take that choice? And that's what everything in life, I mean, nothing's easy. Nothing worthwhile is easy.
It's right. And we're not put it for easy, right?
It's going to cost us something. And even if you might say, I don't know if this is going to cost me my life, but I got to take that chance because this is not good for me. So I'm willing to risk my life to get out of this.
Yeah.
And that's a choice that everybody has to make at some point in their life. What am I going to do? Am I going to stay in things that are bad for me and I know they're bad for me? Or am I going to risk it all and choose me?
Yeah. Like you're stuck on a desert island and you're like, I got to get out of here.
Get out of here. What am I going to do?
Yeah. And that's one of the things, because what is it?
Am I going to break out? Am I going to break out? Just
going to break out.
I got to just start walking.
Make it running down the street. Yeah.
I don't know where it's going to lead me. I just got to start walking.
Yeah. But that's that trust, right? That's that trust factor that we've always talked about.
Yeah.
Where you're putting God first.
Yeah. I mean, I did this.
That's scary. That's the walking on the water thing.
It's going out into something that you don't know the outcome of. And that's
Exactly.
that's where
That's it.
down to. I can't
That's
do
it.
it if I don't know the outcome. But it's like you have to do it when you don't know the outcome.
Yes. Yes. That is the key right there. Because that is the most, that right there, Steph, that is the most uncomfortable, scariest, unsecure, like literally spot right there.
Gonna happen.
That's like somebody pushing me off of one of the with the bungee jump thing, but I won't do that.
That's not gonna
There's
happen.
no bungee jumping, but
that's not gonna happen in this life.
Yeah, but that drop, that all just like if somebody just push it, just that's how
you remember.
That's how scary that
when
is.
we went to Six Flags when we were in high school or something. We went to Six Flags and we were on that what was it, the drop one?
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Takes you up to the top and like
And
you got. I don't even remember who we were on there with, but we were on there with somebody else. And
you know who it was?
Was it Leslie or
Leslie?
We were sitting up there. We were sitting, Leslie Brable's rest book. We were sitting up there. It shot us up there, and we're just sitting there. We know the bottom is gonna fall out, and we're just sitting there waiting. And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't like this. I don't like this. And all of a sudden, oof.
Yes. And the clear the mechanism, because you have to like literally relax your body. If you relax, I was good at those
you were
right.
You were like,
and it just dropped,
and you were messing with me because you're like, here it comes, Steph. Here it comes. I'm like, shut up. And you were just messing with me because I'm like, I know it's coming.
But I told you how to get through it because I said, okay, now you just need to relax your body.
I can't relax.
Like, go. I won't die today.
I'm like, I can't relax. I know it's about to drop. And it's like, it dropped. And I'm like,
yeah. And that's the trust thing too, because when you drop, he's there to catch you. Yep.
It's like, that's the way it is every single time. It's like, we don't know how it's going to turn out. We don't know what the outcome is going to be, but you got to do stuff scared. You got to do stuff terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's I supply all
of your needs.
Your needs according to my riches and glory. So that right there, you're jumping. He's like, okay, I've been waiting. And you drop. You're gonna feel the drop.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna literally feel that first, like you said, that first yank, that first drop. And then you'll go to a spot, and I think it's called Silo. And it only happens when you're in that trust scary point. And that's when he gives you, I don't want to say numbing, but you're at a peace.
The peace. Yeah. It's a
peace.
Peace.
And your mind is very even.
Peace like that you get to this place where you're like, okay, I'm not going to die.
Yeah. And you almost can't, it's almost like your processing slows down. Mm-hmm. It slows it down, and you're at a numb spot, and you can't put, normally you can put stuff together. Okay, if I do this, then this will happen. Then I do this, all that goes away. You can't.
Hearing the mechanism.
Yes, there's no connection.
Don't see anything else but that little place right there.
Yeah, but that just what, and you're like, what is going on? And then that's that piece that surpasses all understanding. Mm-hmm. That moment. Right there. Right there. And the killer is that's the water. That's that dark sea water that I was telling you about. Because all this stuff down here is happening. And he's got all this stuff going for you and working it out. And we can't see it.
But you got
to working it out. And it's got an ecosystem. It's got a whole system. There's a system down here that we don't even know about. He's like, wait, I'm working my system. Hold on. Just working it out. And he will take care of it. But that's that trust that, like you said, that's like jumping on that ride.
You got a free fall.
That was the name of the ride.
I think it was. You got a free fall.
We figured it out.
There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it.
None. There's
Wow.
none.
Because in our mind, we want everything to be easy. But it isn't. It never is.
We're not on a world that's a part of development.
Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. If there was no challenge, if there was nothing to walk through, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only for those few. What he said, there's a small remnant. It's not going to be huge.
Right.
Not everybody is going to be willing to take that leap.
Oh no, they're heading left.
They'd rather stay.
Exit stage left.
They'd rather stay in these places of abuse. They'd rather stay in these places of depression. They'd rather stay in these places of uncertainty. And you know when things are not good for you. You know that. And they'd rather stay there because going outside, that's scarier than being in here.
Yeah.
And that's where the enemy shines at when he can.
Well, that's the lies, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the lies?
Yeah. When he can keep you in this place of complacency where you know something's not good for you, but yet he'll stay there because I don't want to step out. It's too scary out there.
And like you were saying, it'll be something like when it's something that's dire like that, your action to get out is going to also be dire. It's going to be bigger than you. Like you can't do it without him.
Exactly.
You know, like there's some stuff I had to do at the university that wasn't even something I would do, but it's like I had to do what I had to do, and it was dire. Like I had to do that situation to stand up for myself, right? In my marriage, there was a step that was huge that wasn't a thought that I would have, but it was something that
I had to do it.
I had to do it.
I had to do it for me.
For me and my sanity, and then it connects all your people, all the inner circle. It affects that inner circle too, and it's a safety for them too. So there's like big steps, but there's with the big step is the big ending. There's a big process on this side too. There's a big process on this side too, and you just have to know I got to go through the process. But okay, what side am I going to pick?
To go through the valley.
In the valley. Yeah.
But how we get through the valley is all up to us.
Yeah, and that's why this clear the mechanism is been deep for me. It's actually going to be part of the book, whatever the book that I decide to write. This is part of it. You know, this is little pieces that he's just throwing at me, and I'll just make them into podcasts, and then eventually it'll be something. You know, but yeah.
And even that's a scary thought.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've never done anything like this, so I'm putting this thing together, and all these things are coming against you, saying, "What do you think you're doing?"
Yeah, it's scary. We've been doing a lot of scariness. 2 years, girl. It's like this is scary.
But
in a universe that we didn't grow up in this. We didn't have computers. We didn't have social media. We didn't have any of this kind of stuff.
I was a whiz at a typewriter.
Well, yeah. And the fact that my dad worked for IBM helps, but
a lot.
But yeah, so this is gonna be big. Yeah, he's got me on this. Yeah. I want to go back and watch the movie.
Like I'm deep in it.
You said a movie too. What was that movie?
Yeah. The greatest game ever played.
And you said that's Disney. That's a Disney movie?
It is. When you were talking about it, it reminded me of that because it was with Shia LaBeouf, and he was a golfer. And every time, he was this little poor kid that did not belong in those circles, so they told him. And he wanted to be in those circles anyway. But every time he would get ready to hit the ball, it just showed how he had to just shut everything off, and everything just became quiet. and you could just see all of the things that he was seeing because he had that laser focus of this is what I'm doing, and everything else is shut down.
Down.
And
Yeah.
it's like you could just see him going through his motions and the result afterwards. And it's like
Yeah.
that's how we have to be. We have to shut everything off when we have a purpose, when we have a plan that we're on. Just shut it down to where
Yeah.
that is the only thing you see.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
how it was when Noah was in the hospital. All these voices and things were going around me, and they're just swirling all around my head. And I'm hearing all these voices and I'm hearing all these words, and they're all saying things that I don't want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. And words you've never heard before.
They're all telling me things that I don't want to hear that do not sound like the outcome that I am looking for. And it's like I had to just get to the place to where I shut everything down. And it's like my son is coming out of here, and he's coming out of here well. That is all I want to hear.
Yes. Yes.
Period.
We need to do a podcast with Mr. Noah.
Yeah. It's like if that means firing doctors, if that means not allowing people in the room, if that means keeping the TV up, whatever it takes, that's what's getting done here, because I don't want to hear anything but what I'm looking for.
Yeah. You were in the valley. You were in the valley at that moment, and you're looking down. There's wall here, and boom. All you have is what's in front of you. To get to that point, all this stuff has to. You have to like shrink your
things
world,
just buzzing around everywhere.
Yes.
And it's like, I can't. I don't want to. I can't hear you.
Yes.
I can't hear you. I can't see you. I can't listen to you because I'm going here.
Yeah. I had to do the same thing when my dad was dying of the prostate thing, cancer and stuff. And just like, because then you get to a point where you have to do the hospice part, right? So my decision was I'm going to do his hospice care, right? And so I did his hospice care while I was still going to culinary school at the same time. And so I wanted to keep because he's at my house. So my environment in the house has to be straight. Peace.
We can't.
Lord, don't even think, girl. Look, no, I will smack somebody. Do you hear me? If a food comes up in my house that has that bad energy, right? So I remember calling. Let's see, I had hospice actually come in. I think the last 2 weeks of my dad's, going home process or whatever. And I remember on the phone calling this place and telling them, look, don't send anybody in my house that is not a Christian, that doesn't know Jesus or anything. Well, ma'am, we really can't control. No. You're going to control it because this person is coming into my environment in my home, and do not let the person come in. So then I came home from school, and I remember because I told my dad, because the memory goes, right? So I told my dad, when I have my chef jacket on, that means I'm going to school. I'm leaving to go to school. When I have my chef jacket off, that means I've come back, because he didn't have concept of time at that point. And so I, took my stuff off or whatever. And Stephanie, I will tell you this, when I walked to the front door, I'm like, something's off. Something's not right. I open the door and there's this nurse that's there, and from the hospice thing. And I don't know if she was from Satan land.
Satanville.
I don't know where this chick was from. And I walked in to see my dad, and the look on my dad's face, like, like she got to go, right? And I talked to her and everything. I could tell she was like, you got not, man, girl. I got on that phone. He said, we are in the valley. I'm telling you, this woman is not allowed at my house. Do not send a non-Christian to my house ever again. I said, I don't care who you have to find, but you better make sure they know the word and they are deep in it, right? The next day, I walk to the door and it's just like, whoa. I mean, just the difference, because I know the man is dying and he's going, but I want him to go with peace.
I mean,
peace.
It makes all the difference in the world, because our hospice nurse that we had for John, she was on the.
Got to have her on too.
She was so on the ball. She was just like, whatever, I am here for you. Whatever the outcome is, I'm going to make sure you get there peacefully. Whether you are healed completely or whether you transition to your eternal home, I'm here to make sure you have peace. And I'm just like, thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Total difference, right? Total difference. And those ladies, there was two of them, and they were like, look, we're going to even come on our days off just to make sure he's okay. And everything like that. And I was just like, I was so grateful. I mean, it made a big difference, because you're in my home.
Yeah.
You're around my kids.
Wherever you had, I mean, just like with Noah in the hospital, that I had to fire a doctor and tell him, look, you agitate my son. I can't have you back here.
Yeah.
If you're going to work on his case, don't come in this room. Send somebody else. They can talk to you outside, whatever, but you agitate him. So I can't have you here.
Yeah.
Period.
And that's part of clearing that mechanism, right? Because you had to literally laser yourself to stay focused on.
You're not right for
my son's healing.
What we need, you are not right. You can't be
right. Here. Yeah. You're poison.
Some friends you might have. For where I'm going, you're not right. You can't be here.
Yeah, you can't be here. Yeah, for that season, you got to go. Might be forever. Sorry.
It's what we have to do. This is where I'm trying to go. And you are not helping me get there. So you have to be removed. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And it's like, we have to be strong enough and brave enough and strong enough to remove those things that are impeding where we're trying to go.
And that's scary too. Because like you said, it could be family.
Yeah.
It could be family. And it's scary. And he's right. He's like, I'm right here though. I'm right here. I'm taking care of this. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where that's the place you have to sit in, is knowing that as long as he's with me, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. Because I'm putting myself in the back seat and I'm letting him drive. If you want to have a visual, just put yourself that, like, literally you're driving the car and you're like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this anymore. And you go sit in the back of the car and like you think there's nobody there, but he's right there and he's driving and he's taking you forward and he's not going to leave or forsake you.
But we still got to make the steps.
We got to make the steps.
You have the whole other crew that says, well, I'm going to give it to the Lord. And that means I don't do anything.
No, that's not it. No. You need to redirect yourself over here.
Still got to make the choice. You still have to make the choice and follow through with it.
Yes, you still got to study.
You
still got to do your affirmations, develop some affirmations, develop some posty stickers that say, like, I'm more than a conqueror through God who strengthens me. Like, you got to put his words.
Make a sign that says, I can do hard things.
I can do hard things.
I can do hard things because they're going to get hard, but I can do them.
Yeah. And those are some of the tools that we're going to be talking about in one of this episodes of this is like, what are the tools of the mindset? It doesn't just happen, Steph. It doesn't just, no.
There is
Get
work
out of here.
required. There is work required.
There is the 3 in the mornings. Even and you notice when you're in the valley, you do. If he wakes you up at 3 or 4, you will get up because you can't go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep. He's like,
No.
all right, I got something serious. I gotta tell you.
We gotta talk.
Okay. But you know, if that is the case, then he'll wake you up with what you need to be up. I know. See, if I'm still groggy, that ain't it. But
It don't work. Yeah, it's not gonna work for you if you're groggy. But
that ain't it, man. I can't even focus. I can't even pay attention. So
these pets, I don't even know. But like
I don't
like
even know my name. Okay.
what was the name of the book that you said that we just read by Napoleon?
Oh, Outwitting the Devil.
Dynamite. No, I'm kidding. That's not his name.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. And see, that's one of the tools. You go find books that are
bad.
What would you say?
My lips hurt real bad.
She's talking about the movie, y'all. It's okay. She's okay.
Having a dynamite moment.
Yes, dynamite moment. And there's another book that I do every single day. Sorry, it's on Audible. This is one of our everydayers. It's the Quantum Faith.
Quantum Faith.
That's every day. It's if you bought the book, it's like a little tiny is that a booklet? What is that?
Little tiny mini book on Audible. I think is 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's like $1 something or something. Man, keep that sucker. Keep that. I listen to it every day. And it's by Annette Capps.
Net caps.
Yeah, who's her dad? Her dad is
Uh,
Pastor. Oh shoot, I forgot his name. Ooh, doesn't mean we don't love you, even though. Yeah.
I was like, is it Kenneth Hagin? Is that it?
No, Capps.
No. Oh, Charles Capps.
Charles Capps, yes. And this is talking about like what you're putting, what words, we talk about that a lot. The words that you're speaking. Yeah.
Basically, the energy of words. Words are containers that are filled with life.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you speak those words out, they're going out with life in them and they are producing. So
some kind of life.
We need to really understand what are we putting out there?
What's going on, like really what is going on. And this book, I listen to it every day. It's about, like you said, 30 minutes. I just put my headphones on, I put my little earbud in, and then whatever I'm doing, go for my walk or whatever. And that's an everydayer that I do. And then there's another thing too that if you can't do Audible, which sometimes if you're not like don't have the membership or whatever, you can go to your library and get a library card and do Libby.
Libby app.
Yeah, because this last book we read was on the Libby, and that's hard though, dude, because I'm used to like buying my books, and I'm just like, I have to give this back. So
but that's okay though, because once you get it and if you decide you really love it, then you can get it. Otherwise, it's gonna read it once or twice. Good.
Yeah, I gotta go. So I already did round 1. I gotta do it again.
Get it on the Libby.
Yeah, and that book's only an hour and 42 minutes or something like that. But yeah, if you get it, and Steph will put it in the what do you call that at the bottom, the little down thing, or the book, the name of the book, if you want to go get it.
Put it in link.
The link.
In the
See that?
link.
See that?
Descriptive link. We're gonna put it in.
Yes, the descriptive link. We didn't have links. Well, so that's what it is. It's the link. Yes.
We shall do that.
Yes. So this will be a deep one. And I am excited because I don't know where he's going with this one. I mean, I do, but
we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go with it. See where it takes us. We're adventurous.
We're on an adventure.
We're adventurous, so we're gonna see where it goes.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
We're down.
I'm down.
So what are you gonna do for the rest of your day today, Steph?
Man,
see. That means she's not gonna do what she's supposed to do.
I have some writing to do.
I do too. I gotta write.
I have some writing to do, and there's always laundry.
Okay, so are you gonna wash the clothes while you're writing so that
Yeah, because I don't have to do like back in the day and sit down there and
you
wash.
know?
I can
Girl.
actually do other things while I'm doing the laundry.
Yes, we don't have to mom pa it.
I don't have to do that. I don't have to go down to the river.
You don't gotta go that. Okay, so now I know you're planning another trip,
Yes, I'm planning.
or not another trip, another adventure soon. I guess she's always on an adventure, guys.
I had a
That's her
I
doing
had this,
big things.
I had this thing I posted yesterday. It was like this little it looks like you were on a ship balcony, and it says, "I may not know everything, but I know when I book my next trip."
That's good. That's good. He's like, I don't, yeah.
Have the
You
next
got that plan.
the next cruise booked? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hold on.
You'll see The Wiz in September. I'm looking forward to that.
The Wiz.
The Wiz, minus Michael Jackson and Diana Ross.
That's the last time I saw it. Oh my
I don't
God.
know who they're gonna have in it, but
I think that was elementary school.
something like that. But it's back.
I went to the play when I
It's
was a little
back.
kid.
It is back and in full effect.
Now, a movie or the play?
Play
Oh, okay.
on the theater stage.
Theater.
On the theater stage.
Well, lovely.
So
That is lovely.
looking forward to that.
Yes. Okay, so what is the reward for today after you're done writing?
The reward for today, I'm gonna finish my book. I'm gonna finish my book that I'm reading because I got like an hour and a half left of my 15-hour book.
Okay.
And it was good. Shout out to Kennedy Ryan
Yeah.
writing another really, really good book.
Is that one of your steamy books?
It is. I like my little urban romances every now and then. Every now and then.
Oh yeah.
You
She
know,
throws that in with the
I
beat
feed
books.
my brain, and then every now and then, I just feed my lust.
Stephanie!
Now and then I feed that too. But I dig Kennedy Ryan. She's a great writer. If you are interested in a great urban
Steamy.
romance author, Kennedy Ryan, very good. I like her. I like her because she really gets into her stories and builds characters.
Oh, so you get connected to the characters. Maybe
Like,
you want more.
this particular one that I'm reading, I think it's called Can't Let Go. But the main character in there, she's dealing with her mom who has Alzheimer's, and just having to go through the whole gamut of emotions of taking care of a parent, being, a corporate woman who's trying to, do her thing in the business world, and finding love.
Does she find love?
Finding love when
Oh
used
my.
to be this boss on her own. But we can't do it all alone.
Oh, so it's a battle finding the love.
Finding
Like
the
she's
love.
battling the fact that she's finding the love. Like, no,
Yeah, because
I
she's
can't do this.
taking care of herself, and it's like, man, got this family issue on board, but she just really goes into like the whole, she's gone into Alzheimer's with this, she's gone into characters with autism, she's gone into, domestic abuse. I mean, when she gets into a category, she really dives into it. So
Oh, okay.
that's what I dig. That's what I dig about her.
Okay, so you have to send me the title.
Absolutely.
And I'm out. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I dig her. So every now and then after I've mastered my mind, I have to get myself a good book to just chill. Just chill with.
Well, my reward will be Acorn, and that's me. BBC Brits, baby.
By
Yeah, my historical stuff. So
likes her Brits.
I like my Brits and my historicals. Yes. I'll watch something like that.
That they were talking about in there. Top something. Hmm.
What, the top movies?
No, there was this BBC show that her and the guy watched in there, but I can't remember it offhand.
Oh, in the book. Oh, yeah, because the steaminess started happening, and he just like blew that totally out the wall.
I was like, normally Brit shows are not my thing, BBC's not my thing, but I'll have to pull it out and
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Come on over.
I want to
Come
say
on
it's
over to
man
my
or
side of the world.
why is
Oh,
something. I don't know.
all right. Well, I'm
You know,
glad that y'all can join us today and
it's
clear your
always fun.
mechanism.
It's always fun hanging out, and
Yes,
that
on
was
a Monday.
that was the joy of the beach house, just coming and being able to have conversations and just chat and just, you chilling out on the deck at your beach house with your girls, just chilling.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us on a Monday.
On a Monday
On
afternoon.
a Monday.
And please hit that subscribe button if you have not done that yet. And, hey, share different episodes with people that you think
Please.
might enjoy them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we can expand.
Snickers said hi.
It's Snickerdoodle. Hi, Snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle. All right. Well, until next time.
We'll see you again next week on the Beach
On the
House
Beach House.
with Mo and Steph.